My name is Roman Velasquez. I have a doctorate degree in management and organization leadership, and I'm from El Paso, Texas. I'm a former United States Marine. I work for AutoZone Corporation in field management and do leadership coaching, now brain-based leadership coaching. Well, I have always been part of my plan to elevate my leadership coaching skill set to the next level. So I had examined two programs. One was the Neuro Leadership program by the Neuro Leadership Institute, and the other one was Interpersonal Neurobiology. So I had read some of Dan Siegel's book, and that really swayed me to the Interpersonal Neurobiology because I think I made the right choice. Interpersonal neurobiology has a lot of therapeutical technologies and practices and methods, whereas the other program didn't. And that's so important when leadership coaching comes into play. Sometimes there's implicit memories and some trauma there that really you would need to have a foundation as to whether you could refer this particular client or this particular person to a therapist type of thing. But obviously that's not my line of work. Nonetheless, as a leadership coach, you really get a really good feel for what clinicians do and how the mind, brain, and relationship integration is all about. That's a great question, and obviously on both realms. From a personal realm, it has just given me a world of difference in establishing and integrating my mind, brain with my relationships with family, friends on the personal realm by integrating those energies and information flows that make you really a better person. But the most exciting part for me is going from a leadership coach 1.0 to a brain-based leadership coach 2.0. And that's what interpersonal neurobiology did for me. You know, it just elevated my game to that next level in many aspects of it. I've already developed two one-day seminars, one on leadership, the interpersonal neurobiology of leadership dynamics, and the other one is on organizational knowledge management, the interpersonal realm of organizational knowledge sharing within organizations, which is really was based on my doctoral dissertation with award-winning organizations that won the Malcolm Baldrige National Excellence Quality Award awarded by Congress. So I got an opportunity to collect data from these companies, and really fascinating to collect that data and really find out what best practices they have for organizational knowledge sharing. But I will tell you, the interpersonal neurobiology brought it to that next level because it is just dynamic from the interpersonal realm of how mind-brain integration with relationships and with the organization, but collective mind, brains, and relationships of well-being for that organization. First of all, we know that management and leadership are not sets of mechanical tasks. They're a series of human interactions. And so the interpersonal neurobiology program is set in the integration mind, brain, and relationships, which is a triangle of well-being. The triangle of well-being for an organization is the collective mind, brain, and relationships with them. So we know that where attention goes, and for the individual, neurons fire. So the focus of the mind really reshapes the brain. So an integrated brain permits empathic, compassionate, and healthy attached relationships. And that is very much needed in today's workforce. It is critical to businesses, whether you're in a retail environment selling smartphone technology and accessories, or whether you're in a fabrication environment where you build spaceship parts for NASA. Empathy, compassion, and healthy attached relationships are critical. Today's 21st century, most critical skill set is empathy. And I will tell you, today's organizational leaders look for people not only that know what to do in skill sets, but what they are like. Today is about diversity. You know, it's building, having the ability to build relationships. You know, and that comes from The interpersonal neurobiology technology and methods of attunement, which is the way we focus on energy and information in an open, receptive manner, as well as mind side. The mind side is really perceiving the internal world itself and others and honoring that differentiation. So that is key to empathy and emotional intelligence. Uh, I'll tell you that today's most effective organizations use diversity as a competitive advantage. You know, the other phenomenon and dynamic that's in the workforce today is we have three generational workforces right now. We have the baby boomers, Generation X, and the millennials. I'll tell you that the baby boomers for the past decade have been retiring at 10,000 per month. Along with that goes years of experiential knowledge, including organizational knowledge, institutional knowledge, industry knowledge, and along with that goes that. So organizational leaders that don't have programs, knowledge sharing programs um, that are designed to transfer that knowledge before they leave the organization are going to run into problems. And that takes time and energy and money for organizations. Interpersonal neurobiology is key because we know from research that organizational knowledge sharing is very interpersonal. It is very interactive. The best form of knowledge sharing occurs one-on-one, doing the work itself, within context of the work or within the industry. In a couple of important ways. Number one, if you're dealing with a client or a customer on any type of sales transaction, you have to rely really on that mindset, perceiving your inner world, that of the other, and honor differentiation. But on the same token, from a customer service perspective, okay, you have to meet that customer's needs. And the one sure way you meet a customer's needs is by really understanding that person's needs, and knowing obviously your product line that you're selling. So you put yourself in that customer's shoes, and you empathize with what their needs are, and really what you sell in any business environment. What you really sell is not the product. If you sell computers, for example, you know everybody's got them. You go into any type of retail, they got computers. But what makes a difference in where you purchase that computer, okay, is the people. People always make the difference. Okay, yeah, people look at prices and whatnot, but oftentimes the biggest differentiator is people, because what you truly sell is trust. You sell confidence and you sell reliability, and that's where empathy, attunement, and mindset really do come in. Now, from the other perspective, is the coworker, right? Leader, subordinate, or vice versa. Those very same skill sets apply to that, because a happy employee makes a happy customer. Like I said, whether you sell widgets or you sell NASA spacecraft parts, it's the same concept. Those skill sets are very important. I think I could define that the IPNB program is one that is a conciliant approach to a world that is intensely human. Okay? How we attach with others, how we become dysregulated, how we regain emotional balance and healthy mind through altering and activating the neuroplasticity processes in the brain that really alter our implicit memories, our behaviors, and our actions. Well, from a business perspective in leadership coaching and brain-based leadership coaching, the focus is really on that energy and information flow that is processed by the brain and is really regulated by the mind. The relationship building that takes place, one must be integrated within oneself and have that attunement. And I'll give you an example from a leadership dynamic integration for a business. No matter what the size of the organization is, uh, you have an integration process that within the leadership dynamic that must flow like a river. So on the banks of this leadership dynamic, there might be chaos, and this is where your leadership dynamic and developmental pathways within the organization is sporadic. It might be erratic, unpredictable, irregular. And if it goes to the other side, to the other realm, it might be too rigid. This is where the leadership dynamic is inflexible. It could be restrictive, limited, hoarded, and controlled and held by few. So what you want and what IPNB teaches is this integrative process. And when it comes to leadership dynamic, you're talking about a leadership dynamic that's authentic. It is safe, okay? It is enriching. It is inspirational. It's trusting, and it is supportive. When you have that, because you really can't manage a lot of the processes involving the leadership dynamic because we are all unique individuals. But if you can create a river of integration where this leadership dynamic is, again, like I said, authentic, transformational, regular, and not controlled by only a few, you have a more of an integrative leadership dynamic within where everybody continues on their unfoldment and growing within that business. Yeah, very simple message. Don't think twice about it. Interpersonal Neurobiology program is one of the best programs out there. If you want to elevate your game and take that to, like I said, your name 1.02, your name 2.0, this is the program for you. For me, it's a very exciting time in my life. This program has really made significant pathways for me, and I am pursuing those. There is a complete organization, the Global Associates of Interpersonal Neurobiologists Games, which has all the renowned people that work in that field, are experts in that field as part of your support group. So if you're a clinician, if you're a therapist, a college psychiatrist, or a leadership coach, or just yourself, this program will get you to that next level of really being integrated with your mind, your brain, and within your relationships. And that is key to well-being in life.